Hello, welcome to the Mac OS X Dashboard Kiosk guided tour brought to you by nickganga.com. Today we're going to be talking about setting up and using a Mac OS X based computer to act as a kiosk that can be updated live via the internet using OS 10.4's dashboard application. Now in order to do this we have a few requirements. First of all, we need an Apple computer running OS 10.4, that's Tiger not Leopard. We need a wired or wireless network connection, internet access, and we're going to need an external monitor if you plan on using this with a Mac Mini or a Power Mac or a Mac Pro. So first of all, we need to break out the configuration steps. First we're going to be downloading and installing Dasher. Next we're going to be configuring our dashboard with widgets. We're going to configure screensaver and energy saver settings, configure VNC settings, test our configuration, and finally I'm going to show you some extras that can make it look better at the end. So moving along, we're going to start by downloading and installing Dasher. So the first thing that we're going to do here is we're going to go and we're going to visit Splasm's website, which makes this piece of software, and we're going to download the program called Dasher. It's free and works on Tiger only, as you can see there. Once it's finished downloading here, we're going to go ahead and close Safari because we no longer need it. And we're going to double click on the dasher.pref pane file here. You can tell by the extension that it does go into your preferences pane. We only need to install this for this user in this case, but if you wanted to, you could install it for all users. And now we're taken to the Dasher preference pane, and we just want to make sure that it's set at 1 minute of inactivity, which it should be by default. So after that's all set, you can go ahead and configure your dashboard however you like it. I'm not going to show that because there's just so many widgets you can download, but go ahead and set that up however you like. So our third step here is to configure the screensaver and energy saver settings. Now to do that, we're going to go and press Show All and return back to the main system preferences page, and we're going to click on Desktop and Screensaver. From here we're going to set that bar at the bottom down to Never, where it says Start Screensaver, because we never want the screensaver to come on in this case. Now after we have that set to Never, we're going to hit Show All and return back to System Preferences. And now we're going to visit Energy Saver. It's the light bulb on the second row. And we're going to make sure that the computer sleep time and the display sleep time are both set to Never, because we never want it to sleep. I also like to set a schedule here to wake and sleep and shut down the Mac during the day, because we don't need to have it on obviously in the middle of the night. So you can go ahead and configure that, and then we'll move on to the next setting. Now for this setting, we're going to be configuring the VNC settings on this so that we'll be able to remotely control the Mac. So we're going to press Show All first, and then we're going to hit Sharing under Internet and Network. And we're going to go to the Apple Remote Desktop option and put a check mark in the box to turn it on. And then we're going to click on Access Privileges. Now once we click on Access Privileges, we're going to put a check in the box for VNC viewers may control the screen with password, and we're going to enter an appropriate password and press OK. Notice here your IP address is listed there, so you can connect from a remote machine should you need to. Now we're going to test our Dasher configuration. So here we're going to close out of everything, and I'm going to let the computer sit idle for a minute, and I cut out a bunch of time to speed this up. So there we go, our dashboard automatically launched, showing live information about when this screencast was taken. So we have a working Dasher. Now let's go ahead and configure some extras here that help make this experience with Dasher a little better. First of all, we're going to turn the dock off because we do not need the dock to show up if it's just going to be a kiosk. The dock comes back when you move the mouse down. You can also make it extremely small if you wanted to have it small. I prefer just to turn it off. Next here we're going to go to the Finder and hit Preferences, and we're going to turn off hard disk so we no longer see the Macintosh HD listed there. And we obviously don't need the Dasher there anymore. Finally here, the thing I like to do is to set a different desktop background. So under Desktop and Screensaver right there in the top row, we're going to go to Desktop. And obviously you can choose any one of these built-in Apple desktops if you wanted, or if you had some other picture that you liked, you could use that. I personally like to use the solid colors because it's going to just have the gray and then the black, the transparent black there. So I just put it on a blue and call it a day. So I hope that you have enjoyed my how-to here on how to set up the kiosk. Oh, we're going to set up airport last. Go ahead and enter an airport password. This will ensure that if you're on a wireless network, you're able to continue using your Dasher program and have it update automatically. And so we're all set here now. We've configured everything that we need to. So I want to thank you for watching my how-to here on how to set up a Mac kiosk using a free piece of software called Dasher and Apple's built-in OS 10.4 dashboard software. Thanks for watching. You can check out many more of my how-tos at nickganga.com, and have a great time. Thanks.